Hi, Ivy, Preston, Elijah, Corey, Courtney, friends, and family. Welcome back to our weekly teen Bible study series in the book of Psalms. Before we go to Psalms 46, we are going to be looking at the questions from last week for Psalms 45. In Psalms 45 last week, the questions were, who is this Psalms ultimately about? And though it celebrates a king, it's also a prophetic Psalms, meaning it's foretelling about the coming Messiah. The second question in chapter 45 was, what qualities are praised in the king? Well, we praising the King for being righteous. We're praising him for justice, truth, and humility. And the third and final question for Psalms 45 is, why does righteousness matter to God? Righteousness matters to God because it reflects his character and he blesses those who walk in his ways. So it's a reflection of his divine character because God is righteous and he wants that characteristic seen in us. And when we walk in that way, he blesses us. So I hope that answers the questions. And now we're going to go on to Psalms 46. Before I begin to read Psalms 46, I want to share with you the memory verse. The memory verse is going to be the very first verse in this Psalms, Psalms 41, which is, God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in times of trouble. Okay? All right, let's start it. Psalms 46, this is from the NIV version. It says, for the director of music of the songs of Korah, according to Alamath, a song. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam, and the mountains quake with their surging. There is a river whose stream make glad the city of God, the holy place where the Most High dwells. God is within her. She will not fall. God will help her at break of day. Nations are in uproar. Kingdoms fall. He lifts his voice, the earth melts. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. Come and see what the Lord has done, the desolations he has brought on the earth. He makes wars cease to the ends of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the shields with fire. He says, be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. May the Lord add a blessing to the reading of his word. All right, as we go forward, we are going to, this time I've decided to include some key words for definition. So there are three words that I wanted to define for you. A refuge is a safe place or shelter. Strength, that is the power to keep going even when life is hard. And ever present, that means always there and never leaves us. All right, now our questions for this week that you're going to cover are going to be, what does it mean that God is our refuge? What does it mean that God is our refuge, that He's our safe place and our shelter? Question number 2, how can God give us strength in tough times? How can God give us strength, the ability to power through and keep going when times get hard? Question number 3, why is it important to remember that God is always present? Why is it important to remember that God is ever present or always there and never leaves us? And this week we have a question 4. Which verse stood out to you, to each of you individually, the most, and why? Which verse in this Psalms 46 stood out to you the most, and why? All right. As we conclude our Bible study for this week, as always, I want to pray. So we're going to bow our heads and have a brief prayer. Dear God, thank you for being our safe place and giving us strength every day. When things feel scary or hard, help us remember you are with us and will never leave us. Amen. Thanks for joining me, Ivy, Princeton, Elijah, family, and friends. This is still, family still matters. If you enjoyed this content, please like, share, and subscribe for more weekly team Bible study lessons. May God richly bless you. Thank you.